Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going, everyone?
Hello, gamers.
Hello, epic gamers. Yeah, we are live. It's like it's connected.
We are live. Excellent.
We are live. Yeah, just checking. It's just taking its sweet ass time. That's all. There we go. YouTube's just caught up. Is Twitch caught up? It looks like Twitch has just caught up now. Literally. There we go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Monday. It's the Monday 40k show. It's the Monday hobby show between myself, Mikey from Hellstormwargaming. I'm joined by the lovely Jay from Mohawk Miniatures. Hi, Jay.
There was a significant pause between lovely and Jay. I'm not feeling like I'm particularly lovely at the moment.
I did that thing again where I pointed the wrong way.
Oh. Brilliant.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Are you okay, Jay? You had a nice day?
Yeah, not bad, dude. It's been an okay day.
Yeah?
I've got a lot done. I've designed a load of new load of new emotes and things like that today.
Nice.
We've had some teaching lessons today. As opposed to any other kind of lesson, I guess. Like we've taught some lessons today, is what I meant to say. I think.
Brilliant.
So yeah, going well. Now we've just covered carnifexes in plastic putty because these molds need some.
Oh yeah.
Help.
Yeah, they're getting on a little bit. Those molds, aren't they?
Dear God. Yeah, but hey, I've got a message for GW. If you'd like to sell something that you wish liquid green stuff actually was, basically all you need is some of your acrylic medium and all of your fine cast models, grind them all into powder, and make this. This would be really good.
Brilliant, love that.
How about you, dude? How was your day?
Well, on that topic, I've got I made a thing. I've got some Tamiya clear cement, extra thin cement. Sorry, this stuff.
Ah, you made sprue goo.
I made sprue goo, yeah. So nice. I use this on my Magister, which is basically a Herald of Tzeentch on disc. Is it going to focus? Or we? No, we don't want to focus. I just need to press one button on my camera that I can't get to anyway. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, so if you can look at like his knee.
Yeah.
You can see there. And then on his cape. We used it to gap fill. So essentially what this is, gamers, it's plastic glue with loads of plastic in it to melt it down.
Yeah.
And it turns into a little goopy goop. A little goopy goop. That essentially use this to build your models with. Or use it to gap fill, because it's basically liquid plastic.
Yeah.
Pretty boss.
It's still got the chemical elements of the polystyrene cement in there, which melts plastic. So it'll still adhere to plastic because it melts whatever is there.
Yeah.
The only thing that you need to be aware of is that you need half of a tub of Tamiya extra thin cement, and as you can see from mine, we are not at that level yet. We need another army's worth of assembly, and then I'll have half a tub, I reckon.
Nice.
So,
nice.
We're on our way.
Yeah, honestly getting there. It's going great. But thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. If you are new, then we stream every single Monday at 6 PM. I'm a little bit framey today, which is awfully annoying. We stream every Monday at 6 PM. We talk about all things that have been happening in the Warhammer community. We mainly focus on 40k. But we do touch on other subjects as well. It depends how we
some spicy 40k chat today.
We sometimes talk about other things as well. We kind of like touch on other subjects, but we talk about general news that's happening and other shenanigans, let's say. Other shenanigans. And then we just talk about random shit as well. Mostly me, though. That's my job.
There's a lot of random shit. Yeah,
which is fine. We like that. We like that. So let me know if the volume's okay. Let me know if you can hear everything okay. Let me know if we're all good. I've actually got a slightly new setup, whereas I've got a new desk, so the camera angle is really weird. I'm not sure if I like it or not. But you can see my t-shirt. I love my boyfriend, which is great.
Yeah, I love how it only showed that point.
But welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Have you had a nice week, Jay? Anything exciting
last week was good,
happened?
actually. yeah, I made Twitch partner, which is a big deal.
Woo! Hell yeah!
So
Well done, Jay. I know that
big,
sounded insincere. It didn't
big.
mean to be. It's because I pressed the button at the same time.
It's all right. It's all right.
Nice, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, big news. Very
Yeah,
big news.
that is
So
big
that's,
news.
there's not a lot of Twitch partners that are painters,
No.
and there's a lot of painters on Twitch. So it's really nice to sort of be in that little club of people.
Yeah,
So,
it's great,
yeah,
man.
good
No,
fun.
congratulations. Yeah, it's pretty mental because like a couple of years ago when I first started streaming, every painter was a partner, right? But then I don't know what it was, but like for a good few years they didn't make no new miniature painters became partners.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've done it. Obviously a lot of people have tried and failed. Obviously you've done it now. And
The only other person I know that got it recently was Brush for Hire.
Okay.
That's it. He's the only other painter I know that's got it in, say, the last year.
And I said a lot of people have been trying to get it.
Crazy. Yeah.
I'm not partner, Martin. No, I'm not. So partner, you get the tick.
That's right.
And then you get loads of other benefits, but that's how you can tell if someone's a partner. If you're nothing, then you can't subscribe. If you don't have a tick but you can subscribe, you're an affiliate. And then if you are a partner, you get the. That's it. That's basically it.
So you're there.
You're there. Yeah, that's it. Nice, man. So what's the next goal? Do you have another goal?
See, next goal
You
would
smashed
be
a few in the
just-
past 6 months, so.
Yeah, we've done well. Lots of progress for stream. I suppose next goal really would just be concurrently above 100 watchers.
Nice.
Where we sort of average around the high 80s all the way through a stream. And we've had the occasional streams that have had over 100.
Yeah.
So if we can get to that on a constant basis, that's like the next little milestone, I guess. Although we're quite close in on 4,000 followers as well, so that's quite nice too.
Yeah, nice, dude. Nice,
So,
wicked.
Yeah.
Less commission to Twitch as a partner. I think that's right. Yeah, I think there's a very different cut, as it were. If you're no longer a partner,
Basically, they pay the processing fees, so it's a nice little extra bit of cash. But it's mostly about the fact that I can give my subscribers a 2-year badge.
Yeah, exactly. 2-year badge of more emotes, right?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Nice. That's wicked. That's wicked. If you're no longer a partner, do you have to fill out divorce papers? No.
I hope not. I've done that before. It's
No,
a drag.
they don't even do that. They just email you one day and say you're no longer a partner. That's how it works.
To be fair, once you're partner, you're almost certainly never going to lose it.
Yeah, you won't lose
I know
it
someone that was a partner and then didn't stream for a year, and
Yeah.
they're still partner.
They never take it off you, but they're just a bit funny if you want to remove it. Like there's a big YouTuber I watch called Alpha Gaming, and he's been a Twitch partner for. He's basically like a stream doctor. He he like streams to Twitch all the time, and his entire YouTube channel with 500,000 subscribers is all about streaming to Twitch. And he's recently just killed his partnership and gone to YouTube.
Fair.
But he was like, "When does my partnership end?" And then they just like went, "Yeah, it's ended now. Here's your email."
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I
Really,
guess.
yikes. And then that what you remember what they did to
Weird
Ninja back in the day when he left to Mixer? They deleted his channel. Even though partnership, you're supposed to just remove partnership, but they deleted his channel and then they promoted porn with it.
What?
Yeah, so they were like linking streams that were just like very much should have been bannable channels, but they were just like when you search for Ninja, you just said, "Did you mean this?" and it just came up with like porn and stuff. Very bad. Right, I think Twitch are a bit salty about Ninja leaving to Mixer, but now he's back now, and basically a dead channel in the gaming world. But yeah, so that's a bit off topic, but partners fun basically. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. All the emotes.
Many
many
emotes. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Are you going to cover the new Super League as it's good for the views? No, we're not going to talk about football today. Everyone was talking about football on Twitter last night, and I ended up catching up with it, and I was just like, I don't care. Would you like to say anything about the football, Jay, before we go into 40k?
Yeah, I mean, looking forward to the season starting in about like 4 months or so.
Nice.
Oh, you meant soccer?
Yes. Have you got your new emotes? There you go. Are you plugging your emotes in my channel? I might have to ban you, Jay.
Totally am.
You're not even a sub. What the fuck?
Well, tell you what. Let me.
Did you catch any of that ridiculous, ludicrous display last night? Gunbillionaire. Is this a DSP pre-stream? What's a DSP pre-stream?
Deep space probe.
Nice. We are going to talk about new models today because there's been a lot. You've got 3D printer, use resin for gap filling and dodgy bonds. Yeah, like it's a bit overkill though, right? You know, when I could just use plastic glue, because you can use because essentially like, what do you call it? Like UV resin that you use for printing, essentially like Green Stuff World UV resin. It's the same stuff.
Yep.
But that's like overkill. That's overkill. I have noticed that my alerts aren't working, Jay. So thank you very much for becoming a Prime.
I've noticed your alerts aren't working.
Thanks for very much for the Prime, dude. Really appreciate it. Let me just fix that. Let me fix it. Then we'll go into it. I've been trying to link my accounts today, so I must have broken it, obviously.
You got bot codes and stuff.
Yeah. So...
yes, I did see they'd had a helicopter flight on Mars, which I thought was the most amazing thing. Like, not only have we flown to another planet, we've then pissed around with a drone, flying around, taking pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, I hesitate to use this term, but it feels very science fiction movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's another planet.
Yeah, where they're like flying around.
The moon or whatever, but another planet.
They're just like knocking around and being like, yeah, just chilling on Mars, bro. Right then, okay. Alert box. Let's go, gamer. You ready? Okay, so that follow worked. Test subscription. That worked. Thanks, Jay! Hooray! So why did that work, but it didn't work a minute ago? Man, bots
changed the place as well.
I have changed the place, yeah. It's because I've like linked all my overlays together. So because I've like separate layouts for each scene, I was like, why not just group it all together and then copy it? So now they're all in the same place. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. I was having trouble with streaming yesterday as well. Everything was breaking. And then today, everything broke and we got the camera in the... Actually, I think I'm getting used to the camera position. What do you gamers think? Is it too close? Is it too low? Is it too high? It's at an angle, which I think is weird because of the background. I think that's the weirdest thing. I am going to talk about 40k today, I promise.
Your background looks like
we've sorted that.
Not straight.
Yeah, but it is. That needs. I think that.
I reckon your floor slopes in the corner. I think that's all that is, Mikey.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. Okay.
I'll tell you what I do like about your camera before you carry on.
What's that?
Is with this camera you can't see the really, really, really uncomfortable Mikey body pillow that's probably still in the background.
Oh, you mean that one? Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Let me know if there's any streaming issues. Again, I just feel like today is one of those days where it's just going to go badly. But I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Okay, so what's happened? So yesterday I actually did an emergency live coffee time, Jay. I don't know if you've watched it. People at home might have watched it.
I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I did see it, which surprised me.
Hey, Weather for Odds, thank you very much for gifting the sub to Viking for 2 months in a row. So thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate it. Make sure you say thanks, Viking. You get a free sub from Weather for Odds. Thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate it. So basically we went over the Curse City shenanigans. How the fact that the Games Workshop said it was gonna stay, and then it didn't. It went, and then
let's
it was
be a little more clear on that. The Warhammer community team said it was going to stay, which I can understand why we would say Games Workshop said.
Yeah,
but unfortunately,
the Games Workshop
isn't correct.
The Warhammer community team is essentially the message board.
It's the public face of, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So we talked about Curse City. We also talked about cheating in 40k, and we didn't mention any names, but we pulled up a random video.
Did you not mention any names?
No, I just pulled up a video called Fabricators Forge GT4 some guy's Orcs versus TJ's Chaos, but we're just talking about the Chaos player. We didn't say any names.
Do you not think that it is the most amazing coincidence that someone that was accused of cheating at a Warhammer 40,000 event by essentially lying to his opponent about certain things, i.e. the result of a dice roll, the number of wounds on a vehicle, and so on? Do you not think the coincidence is astounding that was at an event called the Fabricators Forge?
That is quite astounding.
Holy
shit! You couldn't make it up.
Well, he did. That was the problem.
Oh, fuck, he did. Oh, shit. He did make it up. So he spoke about that. So just a quick catch up. We're not really going to touch on Curse City much more. But it's just one of those things. I guess I kind of said to people, if you did miss the video, that if you really, really want to play the game, you can actually pick up the game without the miniatures on eBay relatively cheap. And a lot of the miniatures are very generic. You've got a paladin, you've got a caster, you've got an ogre, skeletons and zombies. You can literally find them in the bin somewhere because everyone's got rid of them.
There's a full range of inquisitors that you can use, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can't get hold of Curse City, but you really, really want to play it, consider buying the base game and then proxying the miniatures. Or if you're like me, 3D printers go burr, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for that,
it's not direct copies.
Yeah, exactly. For that, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think anyone's going to judge you for it. But you know, there's plenty of skeleton designs and plenty of zombie designs out there where you can actually have some quite cool miniatures. So
yeah.
For example, not sponsored message, but Raging Heroes did like a vampire release like 2 months ago. I'm using the bases on my Curse City, and I think they look really good. And yeah, so they did some cool miniatures there. So that's like one example. But then we spoke about the cheating. We spoke about how the guy had been punished properly in terms of the ITC coming in and essentially shutting down his season, which is really good because it's the start of the season, which is funny.
Yes.
Imagine getting banned at the start of the season.
Have you seen anything else about that may have been released today?
Yeah, so that was what we spoke about yesterday. But today, the player, I suppose we could say his name now because he's come out and just,
100%.
Yeah, so Spiky 100%. Bits ran an article. I mean, nobody likes Spiky Bits, so I'm just going to turn ad blocker back on. There we go. So Spiky Bits, if we have a look, have released an article today saying TJ Lanigan suspended from 40k, and essentially TJ Lanigan's come out with a statement to apologise for what he did. Talking about saying it was totally his fault. He shouldn't have done it. I disrespected the people and their time and their money. I am a competitive player by nature. Somewhere along the line, a line was crossed. And which line was that? Every line.
It was the one underneath Rule 1, don't be a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
The line that's the underline for that is the one that you crossed.
Yeah.
Before you go much further, can we just pause on this image because it triggers the
I know, that's why I've stopped on it.
out of me. If you turn up to an event, especially an event that I'm running, with an army that has not got full paint coats on it, like for instance the Tree of Nurgle.
That tree, that's sprayed grey. That's so
I
funny.
hope it's been sprayed grey, and that's not just grey plastic. It looks a bit too matte for that.
I think it's sprayed grey.
And minis that haven't had bases done, you will not receive your 10 points for fully painted.
Yeah, exactly.
At best.
I mean, he cheats anyway, so why not at the painting score as well?
There you
Why
go.
stop there?
There you go. My army's fully painted. No, it's not. No, it totally is. That's 10 points.
Yeah, well, I thought it was funny that they just like showed off his models and awards. Like,
yeah, I
how
love
do you
this.
think
Look at
he
all the awards
claimed these?
each one.
How do you think he claimed these? Do you think he did it fairly this time, or do you think he cheated for these as well?
I can't. Does that say best performance on the Las Vegas Open 2021?
It says best Renaissance. Best Renaissance? Okay. I don't know.
Do you know what Renaissance? Okay, I did want this. So, Renaissance Man is possibly the best award you could ever win at an event because it's the hardest award to win. Renaissance Man is someone that not only comes first place in the event, which he definitely didn't come first place in the 2020.
Not in the 2021, no.
LVO. So I'm unsure what this particular award is, but it's the person that wins the event. And not only do they win the event, they win Best Painted. So that's cool. You've got a really, really cool looking army. And, of course, you're a good player. But not only that, you also win Best Sport.
Oh, wow. That is
so it's like being Captain America of 40k.
But he didn't do that at 2020.
No.
But it definitely says 2020.
Judging by that Chaos Army, you didn't win Best Painted either.
Or does it say 2000? I can't tell.
Zoom and enhance.
Enhance! I can't enhance anymore. But it's got Best Chaos 2019, Best Chaos Demons 2018, and then Renaissance Award for 2020. But like that was last year, and I was there, and he didn't win this. Richard Ziegler won the last LVO.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Also, that's not the ITC trophy either.
No, it's not.
The GW.
Oh yeah, it's the GW one, isn't it? Oh yeah.
I've got one of those. So.
Yeah. So anyway, it's taking 3 months off, so he can think about all the cheating he can do when he comes back, and he's gonna think about it. Basically,
that's one way of looking at it. Part of me is like, I've taken 3 months off because I don't think as many events are gonna happen because COVID.
Oh yeah, it's 2020, so that was what Las Vegas Open was running in 2020. It was only the. I'm really confused about time now. Time doesn't confuse me a lot, but because of Corona, the year confuses me. So I went to Las Vegas last year, right?
So in 2020.
In 2020, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, we don't know. We just forget about that award. It's stupid.
Okay.
I did not go in 2019. I went in 2020.
You went in the 2019 season, which might
I went
be
at
why
the end of the
confusing.
2019 season, but it was in 2020. Yeah. But then 2021, Las Vegas was cancelled, where I played in the Las Vegas Open.
That's right.
I'm very confused. Very confused about that award. But he probably made it himself.
Confused as well.
He made it himself, maybe.
What do you think about the content of the apology?
It's
because this is obviously an opinion piece, and therefore has no bearing on the subject, and it's clearly just the opinions of Mikey, not the opinions of Hellstorm Wargaming as a whole.
It's one of those. I think it doesn't matter. He could say anything, and there'd be an issue with it, you know. I don't think he could, unless he was like saying he's gonna like stop playing 40k for 3 months and fix worldwide homelessness in those 3 months. I don't think he could say anything that could like make it okay. I think it's just an okay apology, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a little bit unfair that that's the case, because but at the end of the day the guy's cheated, so it's like piss off for a bit and hope it dies down, you know. What else can you do?
I mean, I can guarantee you now one thing about that is that it won't, because we both know players that have been publicly accused of cheating, very publicly, that has been investigated, has been shown, yes, this person cheated, here's some video evidence of it, and so on. Here's the punishment that this player has.
Yeah.
And whenever these players' names are brought up, for whatever reason, usually good reasons, you know, not like, oh, remember when so-and-so did this, that is the first thing that people come out with. And so I'm pretty sure it's not going to go away. It's not one of those things that die down. 40k is too big now in terms of the media around it for anything to just be casually forgotten. Yeah, especially when it's
he's got a reputation.
Like some spicy gossip.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. I think his apology was pretty okay. It's concise, which means it comes across as a little bit of insincere to most people. But if you go out and make it long and wordy, then it probably comes off as more insincere.
Yes.
So I think what he's written is fine.
It's fine.
The
He
fact
couldn't
he's
write
taken
anything
some
else.
time off. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact he's taking time off to sort of work on his shit, I think is a good thing, as long as he does, and that's not just lip service. You know, he's just, like you said, gotten a little bit too much into the I have to win.
Yeah.
But that's going to be something that as tournaments start coming back, and it's only really 2 months before the first tournament could really take place on a big scale. We're going to end up with a lot more people who throughout the last year and a half or so of I haven't really gone out, I haven't done anything, I just want to play toys.
Yep.
I'm maybe going to get that green-eyed monster coming up, and maybe this is something that we might see a little bit more.
Yeah, which is kind of why, again, in coffee time yesterday, I kind of spoke about things that you can do if you do suspect someone's trying to cheat. Because the problem is it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. You know?
Yes.
And we have to be vigilant, you know? Like, an example. I guess, like, it's unlikely that you're going to walk down the street and get mugged in broad daylight. But it could happen, so you're always like, you don't, like, keep your phone out when
you get mugged.
You know, it's like, I get mugged off all the time, but someone could do it in broad daylight while you're walking down the street. So it's like, it's things of like holding onto your phone a little bit tighter if you're walking in broad daylight outside when there's loads of people around, you know? It's stuff like that, whereas I think where you start talking about cheating, people start worrying, thinking everyone's a cheat, and then they don't want to play tournaments because everyone's going to cheat and it's going to be a terrible experience, when really it's not. It's when we get complacent is when it thrives. It's just one of those things you have to be aware of, such as making sure people roll in wide in the open, and if they don't, if they're picking up successes rather than misses, then and they're not letting you see them before they pick you up, then you're just going to have to be like re-roll them, for example. Again, we kind of went over a lot. I don't want to go over it again today, but it's kind of like that's the gist of what we went over yesterday. But yeah, I mean,
be vigilant. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt as well. Though, you know, I'd say, because mistakes happen. Right, they do. You know, I moved it a little bit too far. Sure, you're right. I think I might have done. Yeah, I'll go back. Not you're cheating. I'm going to call a judge. Just say, hey, mate, I think this is what's just happened. Yeah. Do you mind if we just double check?
Yeah, exactly. And what Minotaur Gaming said, also hello. It's just saying the apology is pretty nice. It's a pleasant surprise because not many people do actually come out with a full apology. And yes, you could say he's apologizing because he got caught. He wouldn't have apologized otherwise. But, you know, it's just one of those things. At least he has apologized. Spiky Bits is an interesting one. I suppose he's thinking about the fact that they might have the biggest reach. Whilst, you know, covered in adverts, they do have quite a large reach.
Yeah.
With all their stolen content.
Podcasts and everything else.
But yeah, obviously, they do have a large reach. They are quite a large force in the Warhammer community. So maybe that's why he went there. It's just quite an interesting one, rather than using his own platform. But I don't know.
Well, they did just do a podcast all about exactly that, and I imagine, knowing some of the people that are involved in Spiky Bits, that they probably said, "Hey, we've done this. Would you like to say anything about it?" And reached out to him. Yeah. Rather than the other way around.
Spiky Bits created content without permission. Maybe they found his apology and just posted it themselves. I'm joking, that's probably not. But yeah, they have been known to do that in the past. So I don't know if they've certainly done that. I don't know if they've done that recently. So hopefully they haven't. But you know, it's one of those things. So yeah, fair play to come out with an apology. I mean, just be vigilant, boys. That's what you're gonna do. You just got to be vigilant and make sure people don't screw you. And if they do, call them out. And call them out there and then. Yeah. That was my main point. It's like, if you think someone's cheating, call them out during the game, not after.
Yeah, it's always easier to handle stuff like that literally at the time. But sometimes you just have to be aware that there's sometimes nothing that can be done. Yeah.
Are you able to track any yellow cards as an ITCTO? So there was an idea to do that, which would have been really good. The problem is GDPR and storing people's names, phone numbers, etc. Yeah. It's a very big legal issue. Storing a name and a score is fine. Storing like
It's sensitive information is what that would be classed
exactly. And people, if they really wanted, they'd just sue you for storing their name on a certain database because they cheated, you know? It sounds daft, but it's a thing.
So I actually spoke about this on stream yesterday, which is weird that this is where we've got to today. I think that there's definitely a not a need, but a sort of hole for this service to be filled. I think if you want to be part of the ITC as a player, that you sign up to the ITC. So you can go to an event, and the event can be ITC registered or not. And then if it's ITC registered, your camera's gone off, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I did it on purpose.
Okay, cool. Then if it's registered in an ITC event, then you'll get scores submitted if you're part of the ITC. But if you want to be part of the ITC, or maybe something else like the Global Tournament Circuit, GTC, whatever, then you pay a membership fee. And that membership fee is like a couple of dollars, like a $5, whatever. Yeah. Something that a competitive 40k gamer is not going to miss. Or give the slightest fuck about because they've just spent 300 quid on Centurions or whatever, depending on when the meta is. Yeah. As part of that, you get access to event tickets a little earlier, perhaps. You get a few other perks, whatever. You get to see your scores being tracked. It helps fund trophies. It helps fund getting judges to bigger events. And that's why it needs to be something that's a bit more than just frontline gaming. But also, you sign a contract, essentially, saying that I'm going to be a good guy. I'm not going to cheat. If I do, I lose my membership. I'm banned from events. Yeah. This, that, and the other. And that's where you can have things like a list of yellow cards and stuff, because that can be part of the terms and conditions of the membership to the ITC. Yeah. And I'd quite like to see something like that.
It'd be interesting. I think probably the ITC are worried about pushback if they start saying if you want to be registered in our tournament, you have to pay. Which is understandable, even if it's not a lot of money, even if it's like 99p a month or something like that, which would make a lot of money because a lot of people won't care. I won't care, Yeah. But also it's just a lot of extra. I mean, it might earn them a bit of money. I think that's why they started the Patreon, because they thought they could do it to people who really want to. But yeah, it's just a real awkward one. Because I imagine a lot of people, like casual players, like they don't need to be on the ITC tournament track because they don't care. But then when they're on
casual, they're never going to get up there far enough.
Yeah, but when they're on it, they do care. Yeah. So it's a funny one because it's free, it gets promoted so much. And there's no stipulation about how a tournament registers to be ITC. It just says it is. It just says it is.
You don't have to apply for a code and that's it.
It. Yeah, you just send in your results. So yeah, it's interesting. Jamata, I don't use a webcam, dude. That's why it's got good autofocus. It's DSLR. So I used to use webcams though. Yeah. If you want a recommended webcam, C920 every day. Cheap does the job.
Probably a C922 because it encodes on board rather than your graphics card and stuff having to do it.
Yeah.
But if you've got the cash, then get a capture card, get a DSLR, mirrorless, or otherwise, your choice.
Yeah, I am having issues with it though. It keeps dropping frames. It keeps glitching. I don't know. I might have pulled the wire out ever so slightly, but
maybe.
Hello, Captain Panda Man. Welcome. Wish it was worse quality. Your face in HD is bloody scary, says Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Wow.
Need a good cam for fans only. Yeah, exactly. That's what I need.
Brilliant.
I just realised that I was recording so much sat down, in front of my computer, which I didn't used to do before. Hey, thank you much for the cheer, Minotaur Gaming. Really appreciate it. 100 bits.
Nice, dude.
Don't forget, boys, gamers, check out the Kickstarter that I posted on Twitter and Facebook yesterday. Rightful Ruler is launching the Streamer app. It's going to be really cool. AR measuring for live games. How cool is that?
I don't know how cool that is.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I have pros and cons for that.
Of course there's pros and cons, but the fact that I can be like, oh, look at that captain. Is he in range of that other guy for rerolls? Oh, yeah, he is, because I clicked a button and it told me. How cool is that?
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? we've already said the mistakes happen, and one of the things that will not pick up, but the table should be still fine with, is in the ITC. It's written in there, like rules pack, code of conduct, all that sort of stuff. They have this thing called declared intent. And if anyone in the chat doesn't know what that means, it means that in my movement phase, I measure the distance from one of my models to one of my opponent's models, and it's something like 10 inches. I know my mini moves 6 inches, and so I'll be 4 inches away. So I say, right, so I do my move, and then I've got a 4-inch charge to make in a charge phase. Probably goes, yep, that's fine. That's declared intent. That's a very like brief overview of the things that you can find with declared intent, but that's kind of it.
But could you not just tell the people who are monitoring your game that you've said this? Like, I had someone else talk to me about this yesterday.
But how many times will you get in the your Twitch chat, in your YouTube chat or whatever, this guy's cheating? Because that's what we were talking about a second ago. Because that's a 5-inch charge, not a 4-inch charge.
Yeah. But
so
would your streamers who are monitoring your game, if they're doing a good job, just say, well, they've agreed that that's right, but I don't have to intervene to be like, excuse me, is that captain in range? Or which guys have got the psychic power again, when we can like leave a little marker next to it? It's not really
all of those things I like all the annotations part of it. I think that's great, but the ruler parts of things, I can see that causing as many issues as it solves.
Yeah, but it's not it's not really designed for calling people out for cheating. It's designed for better commentary.
But I think that's what it will end up doing.
Or aren't they just a bad commentator because they're not supposed to be interfering with the game?
No, I don't mean the commentator will be calling people out for cheating. I think the chat will be calling people out for cheating. And whilst you can sit there and say, no, we've covered this 4 times now, but for the benefit of anyone that's just joined the stream, this guy's not cheating. You know, he was within 6 in his movement phase, and they nudged the table, and a bit of building fell on him, and he's moved, and he's put him back, and it's like I can see that being a detriment, unfortunately.
So Minotaur Gaming,
it might not be like that. So.
Yeah, Minotaur said that you made a great point. Obviously, Minotaur are the developers. We had to revise our UI to make it more fuzzy. Val Heffelfinger made us realise the need for that. So now our measurements are blurred out at the edges. So.
Okay.
So it's more to do with being able to accurately talk about things and be like, okay, what is that measurement? Okay, I'm just going to look, rather than being like, hey, I know you haven't thought about charging that unit, but how far is it?
Oh, I know.
I know.
I've stream bossed with you for
exactly.
For
you
we've just got to sort of look but not look.
You're like,
in case you give some potential information away.
It's probably about 9 inches, and then you get your paint out. You draw on the screen and you miss. But there's loads of other cool stuff as well.
Number of planes destroyed seems to spring to mind.
Yeah. Minotaur, if you got a link handy, that'd be amazing. If not, I'm going to go to get rooting for it because I don't have Facebook open. If you got linked, it's already like 25% funded, which is really cool. Again, if you want to use Rightful Ruler, there's an app. I'm not sponsored. I'm just really invested.
So
because it's cool AF.
I may get this wrong, and if so, I'm really sorry. Especially seeing as we've got one of the devs here.
Thank you very much, dude.
Is this not what was called the Ready Reckoner or something like that? There was an app that was being talked about as coming out, where you had you held your phone over the table and it showed you your deployment zone.
Rightful Ruler.
Was that like something tells me it was called the Ready Reckoner? I don't know.
Unless that's another brand, which I don't think it is. But
I don't know.
So these guys made the Rightful Ruler, which is a phone app which does do that. So you have like little things that you scan, or you put on your table, you scan them, and then you essentially can measure stuff with your phone. Again, like 99% accurate, more accurate than you could do with a tape measure. But this again is
especially with terrain and stuff in the way.
Yeah, whereas this is for, again, it's kind of like for streamers to commentate. For example, this is like handheld version, but you kind of get the idea. So it's just dropping just crazy how you can have like just like click stuff, and then okay, what's the aura range of this unit, and it's like there it is, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
all of those sorts of things. For me, from the perspective of somebody that's a competitive gamer, that without wish to blow his own trumpet, is good enough to end up at some of the higher rounds of a stream, higher rounds of an event where I may end up being on stream. As someone that is very careful about measurements, which you've seen in person.
Oh yeah.
The last thing I would want is to finish my game, go and grab a beer with my opponent, and then see a chat that I'm in exploding with fucking LJ. Everyone's saying you're cheating because you've just done so and so, and instead it was 4.2 inches instead of 4 inches, and you wouldn't have made that charge because you only rolled 4, and things like that. That's the last thing I'd want to see.
But I think that's like it's all going to be about who's commentating with this software, right?
Yeah, but not everyone's as good as you.
Well, yeah, and I am pretty epic, to be fair. So
you are pretty epic. I'm not going to call out any names, but we've all seen some stream teams that maybe you mute the volume and watch the game. Again, I'm not going to call out any names. With people like that aren't necessarily doing the sterling job that you guys have got your reputation for, that's where this is going to cause issues. And then you'll end up, the only person to be able to say, no, he wasn't cheating, is your opponent. And it shouldn't be on him to then say, well, no, he didn't cheat. Stop being bellend. Stop this witch hunt that we've now got.
Neil says people don't cheat on streams, Jay. That'd be stupid.
They don't cheat on streams.
That would be stupid.
We wasted the first part of the show, bro.
I know. Turn it off. Turn it off now. It's basically an upgrade for MS Paint for streamers, so we know what we're talking about rather than just hoping we know. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I see it. Again, if I guess it's not really going to be for like measuring the 0.2. It's more measuring the solid number. The actual digit. Yeah. For being like, is that unit in range of this aura? Yeah, because there it is. Yeah. And then if it isn't, but you roll it anyway, you ask, and then it's go, well, I was meant to be, and then that's it. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Like I said, for people that are as good as you guys, I think that's absolutely spot on, and there are others that won't be. The things that I do like about it, though, is be able to annotate units and go, this has got this psychic power, this has got this psychic power. Think about a number of times you've seen maybe Grey Knights when they were popular, or like Tzeentch on stream.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea what's got what, so I can't really follow the game.
Yeah.
And the commentators they're going, I've got a sheet of paper and the Exalted Sorcerer's got this. Yeah. Which one's the Exalted Sorcerer?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think they'll obviously be teething issues with any software, There'll always be teething issues when it comes out.
It looks like, from what I've seen of it, the software itself is going to be absolutely banging. And so great job to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, great job to you guys. But it's then something that could, I feel, have the occasional damaging effect. Dependent upon, of course, who's doing the streaming. So what this really means, guys, if you're out there and you're thinking, I want to organise a tournament and I want to get some streamers in,
get me.
Basically, you just need the Hellstorm lads.
You do. It's true. We are taking recommendations now, so get in touch. There's a form on the website, hellstormwargaming.co.uk/event registration.
Unless Morgan Freeman suddenly gets into 40k, in which case I'm going to hire him every time.
Yeah, fair.
And then I'm going to create a unit.
I'll just give up.
It's called Titty Sprinkles.
Minotaur says, I'm glad I dropped in and got this feedback. Thanks a lot, Mohawk. There you go. So it's in development,
My pleasure.
If you've got an issue with it, then now's the time. Go and fund it, get it up and running, then be like, actually, mate, do this. Have a good time, Minotaur. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace out, bro. Thanks for listening as well. I really appreciate that. I hope nothing was said that you thought was just out of hand or
But before we move too far on, there's a link again. Go and have a look. Go check it out. If you want to fund it, amazing. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. It's one of those things.
I thought you were going to say, while we're on that subject, if you say things that are out of hand and unreasonable, let's talk about the Age of Sigmar releases that showed today.
I was just going to say, Tom says, I also think having this as part of a streamer's toolkit is really useful. It might just be used occasionally to check on psychic power auras. It doesn't have to be on in use all the time. Yeah, exactly. I don't think people are going to be like checking measures. Like for me, I wouldn't use it to be like, okay, his movement phase, let's make sure he don't fuck up. It'd be more like, you know, like, okay, this Imperial Knight, what can he shoot with his guns? What's actually in range, you know? Or like, I don't know, like again, like checking a charge range, you know, like being like, okay, how far is that charge? What is he roughly going to need? You know, that's my first thought. And then again, like clicking on a model and being like, this guy is a 6-inch aura. Which units are actually in range? I don't think anyone did. Well, maybe I'm too naive. I think I'm learning that I'm too nice and naive. So I wouldn't use it to check up on people's movement. It'd be more just to like, when you are commentating on things, he's like going, okay, how far away is that at this point?
Yeah.
You know, let's measure that aggressor. I don't know why I said aggressor. Let's measure that aggressor to that guy. If he advances, will his guns be in range? You know, what would he need?
No, I think in principle it sounds great.
Yeah,
it really does. And I know I've just said some negative things about my thoughts.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion, Jay. Everyone's got one.
No,
so
I'm actually not allowed to have one on the Hellstorm stream. The chat has decided more than once.
Very true.
But yeah, despite the fact I've said some negative things about it, I'm really excited to see it. I just have worries about some of the people operating it more than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. So
hire Mikey or Morgan Freeman.
That's it. Morgan Freeman knows how to use it. It's not an auto ref, but a tool to help visualize easier. Exactly, yeah. It's not designed for referee. If they wanted to use it for refereeing, then by all means, but it wouldn't be a streamer tool. It'd be a TO tool, you know. Everyone would have a camera on the table. Nightmare.
Literally every table. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It would be sick AF. Basically, I'd love it if when 40k gets big enough and famous enough, and streamers are able to finance this kind of thing. Have you ever seen like ESPN's Red Zone coverage of American football? Basically, what they do is they have 10 games being played at once, and when something exciting happens, they jump to that game.
Yeah,
and they jump to that game. I'd love it if you could have that kind of thing in 40k. So, and the Orc player's just doing his movement phase, so we'll be right back after these 35 minutes worth of messages.
Speaking of Orcs,
an amazing segue. I'm a pro.
That was good. I like that. Orky time. No, that didn't work. Why's Windows just crashed? Orky time.
Oh my god!
Is everything broken today? I don't know. Let's put a song on. Put that one on. So, what have we seen? So, Games Workshop have shit a brick in terms of production. So they were like, okay, we're going to postpone deliveries and schedules for now. Anyway, here's an alt you can't buy.
This is the no pre-orders till May, which is fine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's whatever.
I would so much rather they said no pre-orders till May and let everyone know about it than say, yes, we've got some stock you can have, but unfortunately you can only have a little bit of it.
Okay.
That's just better. Yeah. So let them get some time to get a warehouse that they've just moved or changed or whatever, and get it all set up and full, and then we can buy some toys. But you're right. Here's an orc that you're not going to get for a while.
No, but it is bloody beautiful, and he's got a gun.
Wait, this is not an Age of Sigmar. No, this is a 40k orc. It's an orc boy.
It's an orc boy.
He has guns and a chain axe.
Yeah, it's like crazy. This looks like a 40k model. We've done it again. But yeah,
there we go.
This is a beast snagger. One of the guys who's not riding a squig. And they've decided to tease you with one of these for now. It's a really nice model.
Out of interest, what would you have been more excited about? A preview saying we're releasing a brand new Orc Boys kit, or here's an Age of Sigmar kit for your 40k games?
I mean,
because if they'd put this up first, I'd have had a happy accident in my chair. What a cool looking dude is this guy.
He's very cool. So it says, while they're not quite as durable as a knob, they can certainly swing their choppers just as hard, which makes them especially prone to lord it over the boys they charge alongside. So what we can see with this, the Beast Snagger, we don't actually know his name, do we? He hasn't got a name. Dave. So what we can see from Dave and all his friends is that he's going to be larger than an Orc Boy, or more
Primarisified.
Yeah. I was getting there, but not quite as big as an Orc Knob. And if you compared Orc Knobs to Terminators like they did in Black Reach all those years ago, and call Orc Boys to Tactical Marines, this guy's right in the middle, much like Primaris. So are they Primar Orc or Primorcus? Primorcus. Yeah. So they are essentially, what it feels like is they are making Primaris middle ground orcs, where they don't replace all the old Orc Boys, because everyone will hate them if they do that, because no one wants to buy that many again unless you're playing a new army. You'd love that. Whereas
the only people that would like that are people that have always wanted to collect an Orc army,
and they just
have gone, they look terrible, I'm not doing it, I'll wait.
Yeah,
that's the only people that get made better off in that situation, and that's not a lot of people.
Whereas they can be like, okay, here's some cool things that kind of sit in the middle and don't affect the old ones, but these will be obviously better. These will have 2 wounds, knobs will have 3.
So if you are an Orc player, then you might want to end up with a unit or 2 of these.
Yeah, and then you'll be really annoyed. Really good. And then they'll keep releasing new units that are Prime Orcs or Prime Morcus, and then and then you'll have a whole army, and you'll be like, look at all the Orc Boys. Who would use those?
I know. And this is the best way of doing it. We were talking about this on stream last night with relation to Tyranids, actually.
Yeah.
And people saying the Carnifex is a terrible kit that sits in like a wrong kind of set of brackets, and its stats aren't great, and so on. They need to do X, Y, and Z with it. And I said that they're never going to do that. But what they might do, instead of releasing a new Carnifex kit, is release the Primaris effects, where you'd have Primaris basically a bigger version that hits harder and has more wounds and feels more like a Carnifex in the fluff.
Yeah, exactly.
But you won't just get a new Carnifex.
Yeah. Same with like Gene Stealers as well. I don't think they'll ever touch that kit again. They'll release...
part of me hopes that they do, because that kit is complete jank.
It is, but
they will just have Primera Stealer.
They'll just make bigger Stealers, you know, like Pure Strains.
Yeah.
They've already done it once, where they released Gene Stealers, but they were bigger.
So
why does everything have to get bigger and bigger? It's because they can now, you know.
Yeah, the technology exists to give you decent sculpts for a start.
Yeah.
They're no longer like physically creating the original sculpt, so they're not having to hand cast something.
Yeah, exactly.
Then get a 3-up of it and master mold it, and you know.
And the other thing as well is it sets them apart in terms of like proxies. So other companies have to keep upping the scale, where it only works for one game. Whereas if you can like buy a third-party Orc with a gun, that works across multiple games. But if you got third-party Orc who's the wrong size, then yikes. Hey, Scary, how's it going? I'm actually going to be on Scary's. I'm going to be joining Scary tomorrow on his stream. At 4 p.m. UK time. It's 11 a.m. EST. So it's 4 p.m. here. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. It should be fun.
Nice. What are you guys doing on Scary stream?
He's just put paint on it, so it's kind of like a hangout talk show whilst painting.
Well, out of 2 of us, he picks you for that.
Yeah.
Because you're known for painting. Scary, like, hit me up, brother. I'll paint with
you. But yeah, so this new Orc looks really cool. I'm real big fan of it. And it's quite interesting that the answer... I guess that's all they can do. The answer to the fact that they can't deliver anything is just to show more stuff that you can't buy yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to keep the hype train rolling. You can't press pause on the hype train. There's no breaks. It has to still be going.
Yeah, because you can't even order Be'lakor right now, right?
The pre-order got sold out pretty much globally.
Before it went on sale.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
But just
on the
to be clear, Be'lakor is coming back into stock, right? Because we've heard these
I
rumors
mean-
before.
No, I'm not going to make any promises. I got no
You're not.
idea. I said about Curse City and then I was wrong. And by wrong, I mean they changed their mind.
But by wrong, that you mean they went back and deleted every single trace that they changed their mind
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
on
fair
various
enough.
social medias.
That's fair enough because you want to make a consistent message.
Yes,
Even though
absolutely.
you change your mind, obviously, you want to make sure it's consistent from that point. His barrel is drilled. His barrel is drilled, which is a nice thing they've done. You know, they've actually drilled the barrel, which is nice. But it's a very cool model.
Yeah.
I like his bluey green, like
The scales.
the luggage under his eyes, which is fun.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was good as well, actually.
It's just a really nice paint job as well. So
It is. I like the little bits of battle damage they're doing on the white as well. There's a lot of things that GW has started to do now with their box art minis. That this is just a standard thing that's happening across their range now, and I really, really like it. It's not just, hey, little Timmy, you can draw boxes around all our details, and there you go. It's like, here's how to do some actual painting as well as doing some edge highlights. I love that.
yeah, exactly. I wonder what creature that he's supposed to be wearing. Well, it looks
I'm
like a
guessing
li-
some kind of a squig.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like a lizard man, doesn't it? And obviously it's the feral.
Yeah,
and
I
all
mean,
that.
it's got the same colours and
Yeah.
the stayed on green kind of deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is brilliant. I love the direction that the model's got. This one, I've said before about the Beast Snagger, the riders, the Squig riders. I think the orcs themselves look very bland. This one,
That's just reminded me. I had an epic meme that Gumbelina sent that I was gonna show off, and not show
Okay.
off. I was gonna use as a going live picture, but then I didn't because I forgot.
oh,
No, because I was pissed about my camera. Let me bring it up. Gumbelina, it was fucking brilliant. It was really good. I really liked it. Look at this meme. Look at that.
just waiting for it to go on my screen.
It was excellent, to be fair.
Yes,
That's my thumbnail for tomorrow when this clip comes out. That
awesome.
one. It's great,
Awesome.
right? I love that. Excellent job, Gumbelina. I had to dig for
Yeah,
it. He put it in the
top
new
notch
release
as
shit
always.
posting on Discord, not in the memes channel, which threw me off big time.
Damn. But yeah, I big fan of this, and I wish they just come out with this originally. Something that's interesting though, and I don't know if this is people and myself included just reading a little bit too much into this.
Mm-hmm.
We've already established that this orc is probably going to be bigger.
Yeah.
Games Workshop tend to do their stats on the physical, like attributes of the miniature. So if a mini's big, then it gets more wounds or more toughness or more strength.
Yeah.
And in the article, it says that, you know, it alludes to the fact they hit as hard as a knob. So we're talking strength 5 orc boys.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I reckon at least +1 wound and +1 attack compared to an orc boy. So an orc will be tough as 4. What is it, like
You reckon
2
these are going
attacks
to go to 2
base?
wounds?
I reckon these will have 2 wounds and knobs will have 3. That would make the most
Wow.
sense to me. Because knobs have always
That's-
been the
that's big.
equivalent. Like, you've got mega knobs, obviously.
Yeah.
But the knobs have always been like the equivalent of a Terminator, right? Until mega knobs came around.
Yeah. I mean, that was meant to be they're sort of equal on the tabletop, but admittedly back in the 1990s.
Yeah.
It could be then they could have more wounds.
Still
I
on.
hadn't really thought about that. That makes them as tough as a knob because knobs have 2 wounds.
Yeah. But then if they're going to do that, then they'd have to make knobs even better. You know? Which I don't... Well, you know, they've got no save, so 3 wounds is nothing, you know?
They might have their own knob in their unit that has 3 wounds. A normal knob could just still have 2 wounds, and a normal orc boy could just have 1.
Yeah, true. Maybe.
Because otherwise, if you make all orcs 2 wounds, is there much of a point to somebody look? Think about Primaris, right? When Primaris came out, it was like, Marines with 2 wounds, and then 3 years later, normal Marines have 2 wounds
Yeah.
now.
I don't think they'll make orc boys 2 wounds.
No, I don't.
Unless they're
Can you
going to have
imagine
the points up by
60 wounds
4.
unit as well?
Yeah, like all the points are like 4 times as much as they are now. I've got to say, it's Dylan Sher said he called it with noblets. Because that's what
brilliant.
The noblets.
I like it.
Who cares about knobs where the Orc Primaris Lieutenant models? Someone posted that. I can't remember what someone posted. It was funny though. It was like Primorcus Lieutenant. What else been like spelled like? Yeah, Lieutenant. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Basic Orcs in AOS have 2 wins, so why not? Because you don't run units of 30 in AOS. You don't run 120 boys in AOS.
Yeah, that's why it becomes a balance issue at that point, and that's a little bit less fluffy. I appreciate.
Yeah.
But would you rather have a game that's super fluffy, or a game that actually works?
Mm-hmm.
You have to balance the two, obviously, because the fluff for me is important. It helps drive my love for the game, but I love the game when it plays well.
Yeah. You also, yes, you run 30 boy units in AOS. Well, the thing is that the big thing you're not considering is wound spilling in AOS, which is massive. So
yeah, especially
you do 6 damage, you kill 3 orc boys. In this, you kill 1, which wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Don't think that would work unless, like I've been saying for a long time, 40k should have wounds spilling in combat. 100%.
They took it off the flail, didn't they?
Yeah. They should give everyone that. I think. Strombo Linek, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
It would mean that I'm likely to use things like the Reaper Chainsword in combat as a knight player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's -4, 6 damage. So I'm chasing down some Primaris. That's going to kill 3.
How cool would that be? But not shooting, because shooting's too strong.
The Stampy Foot would do maybe kill 2 if I was lucky. You know?
Exactly. So I think in 40k it should get wound spill in combat only. Shooting it's too strong. They've proved that in AOS. They've proved that shooting spilling wounds is too strong. So make it just in combat and make it in 40k as well. Because I think about a Smash Captain into a. This is very off topic now, so let me just write the end of this video. Think about Smash Captain with a Thunderhammer, right? He's not going to go in and kill 5 orc boys. He's going to like slap 10 of them with that hammer, you know?
Yeah, except he might only kill 5 if it's the new ones.
Well, yeah. Well, I think they should.
I get it. I mean, he should annihilate a unit of 10 Gretchen. They should stand no chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And they should all be dead in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But
then
I'm kind of in favour of it.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. However, speaking of AOS, that is not all we've seen today, because they showed off an AOS miniature, which is probably going to come to 40k as well. They released.
I can't see it not.
Yeah, they released some Slaanesh Keeper of Secrets, but bigger in a dress, but a bigger dress, a peacock dress.
Definitely got some like booty on show here. This is pretty spectacular.
It is beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful miniature.
I've just got... It's like something out of a weird kind of space opera thing, isn't it?
I think it's the mask. The mask.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Actually, the face looks a little bit like Thanos' gimpy mate from the first...
Yeah.
Oh, God, it might have been Thor 2 or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't remember.
I think when I saw this, I said, what in the fucking ever living shit is this, or something like that. I said it a lot better at the time, though. I was just like, what the fuck is going on with this miniature? What?
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, like we just had a Keeper of Secrets, like, what, 2 years ago? And now they've released this?
I had to ask the question, because I know a lot of Slaanesh stuff came out, which was predominantly Sigmar, and we had all those characters and stuff come out. So it's not that long ago, and now here's a greater demon on steroids.
Yeah, they've got a named greater demon already, or Shalaxi Elbane.
That's right. And then they have Dexcessor.
Dexcessor, yeah. And there's another one, it's
And
the dual
the
kit.
Talon.
Which one, sorry? Sinessa.
Is it the Talon?
No, Sinessa
What was
the
the other
voice.
name?
So you got
Oh,
Dexcessor the Talon, and you got Sinessa the voice.
There we
Which
go.
is, I think this one's cooler. I like this one.
I like the wings on the second one.
Yeah, I like.
I'm assuming wings at least.
They look like
Like
wings.
tail feathers, whatever.
Yeah. It's a pretty mad, a pretty mad model. It's also on a really thin oval base, which is very surprising.
It's on oval.
Yeah, you can see it in the video.
Oh shit!
Let me
Okay,
just pull it up.
I didn't notice that.
So you got cool artwork, love that. Love that.
Anyone
quality.
else
Thanks
see
for
this
that.
as being one of the most horrible models to transport?
Oh yeah, hey, look at that. Look, it's oval.
Oh shit!
So
Is that an Outriders base?
maybe it could be.
That could be. Oh, I haven't got one to hand.
Maybe a little bit
They're
bigger.
kind of skinny, aren't they?
It's very skinny. It's not a flyer base. It's very thin. It's a beautiful model. I think it is an Outrider base, you know. They are Demon Prince style. Yeah, maybe Demon Princes rather than Greater Demons. But they just look. I think it's because of the cape. This is a cape, and I thought it was like a. It looks like a cape. It could be a Ridge Runner base. Is a Ridge Runner bigger? No idea. Probably a Ridge Runner base if it's bigger. But it's just an insanely big, crazy model out of nowhere. And Heathen Knights of Slaanesh have had like 2 books in the past like 2 years, maybe less.
Is Slaanesh now the new Marines for Sigmar then? Like, you get all the releases?
Well, no, because they've got Lumineth for that, where they released a new book within 6 months.
Okay.
They just had more
so
units in and another chapter.
You are an Age of Sigmar army, and you have cow mutants of any description, because these are bovine.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get loads of releases.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just don't know. Because I didn't really understand the article. It's like, oh, here's a Q&A. Like, just tell me about the miniature, you know? It's like embodying the lethal, ferocious aspects of Slaanesh's lust for battle. Dexcessor is a combatant of power and grace, rarely seen even among the ranks of greater demons. So is it a greater demon?
So it'll be seen on every single table.
Yeah, exactly. So this really rare thing will be on every table, yeah. Sinessa derives far more pleasure from the manipulation of the mind than brute physical excess, while commanding eldritch magics is the easiest snap of their fingers. The voice of Slanesh true power lies in the mesmerizing strength of their words. So, are they just greater demons, like another rank of greater demon, I guess? That's what I kind of see it, but they look as big but smaller, if that makes sense. Like, the body itself looks smaller, but the miniature itself is bigger, because of obviously it's got...
Let's assume that's an Outrider's base. Is that 100 mil across the bottom?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're the same width, aren't they, as a normal Great Demon?
Which makes that model, from the ground to the tip of its wings, the one with the red tail thing, about 20 centimeters tall. So call that 8 inches. So that's the height of a knight.
Let's hope he's got less than 18 wounds.
Great.
Yeah. So it must be like, rather than a greater demon being a singular form, like multiple greater demons for one god. Because we've only ever seen like we've obviously seen like different types of bloodthirsters, but pretty much it's just different weapons. We've seen like great and clean ones, but again just different weapons. Maybe this is like different like ranking greater demons within Slaanesh, which is quite cool.
The way I read it is not necessarily different rankings, but certainly different specializations, because they said one of them is a spellcaster.
That's probably the better way to put it, yeah. You got a Keeper of Secrets, which is like a very typical greater demon, whereas these are very specialized in particular things.
Yeah.
This guy's proper angry. Yeah. This guy's like super magic-y. and shouty.
Maybe this is just the 3 different kinds of bloodthirsters that we've got, but for Slaanesh.
Yeah, I reckon these will be named characters.
Oh, well, they obviously are. I mean.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you'll also be able to run a variant of. The most annoying thing about these, I suppose, for anyone that is a Slaanesh player is your army is likely to now be at least 5 of these enormous models.
Yeah.
3 Greater Demons, including potentially Shilaxi, then 2 of these, which look like they're about the size of a dinner plate if you lie them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck getting to an event.
Pretty
and if the window is open at the event you're playing at,
off they go.
That one especially is on the floor.
I thought you just like strap them to your back and fly.
Now the truth of the matter.
Yeah, thank you very much for the follow, Deftone. Really appreciate it.
Cheers, dude.
160mm bases, yeah. So let's have a look at a Ridge Runner. Ridge Runner. Games Workshop Indie side. A Ridge Runner is on a base. Are they on a base? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What type of base, though?
I thought the Ridge Runner one was the smaller of the 2 flying bases.
120mm oval base. Yeah, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it's an oval. It's like a super thin base, you know?
I mean, they're all ovoid, but
yeah.
I'm thinking...
So this is like a flight... This is a flight stand, right? This is a flyer base. This is what the Ridge Runner's on.
Yeah. Is it the 90mm ones? Are they the...
Yeah, all the 105... Is this a night base? That's not a night base, is it?
170... No, that one isn't.
But that's quite long.
The one underneath it was.
Yeah, but that's quite long. Yeah, that's
I haven't got an Outrider to hand. They're all packed away because I'm not getting to that part of my Marines for a while.
But that's 90.
You must have some Outriders behind you.
I mean, I can grab one. I think it'll be too small, though. I think it's going to be this one. This 105 by 70. Like...
Okay.
I don't know what goes on this base, though. Reaver Titan base, maybe. But it's going to be quite big. But weird, because it's on an oval base. I'm surprised it's not round, you know?
Maybe that's... No, I was going to say maybe it's because they feel they're more stable on that base size, but why would that be the case? Because you've shortened...
Well, yeah, exactly.
The depth of the thing it would hold it up from behind
the
or
length
in front.
Is probably about the same, which is why I'm thinking it's this 105, which would match the 100mm base.
In the video, have you got any of the little demons next to it enough that we can do a little bit of analysis? Like, measure it in demonettes?
That's about all you get, but it hides the base.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Demonettes are on 25, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's 105mm. That bigger than the Outrider one, but thinner than the flight stand. Because that doesn't look like a flight stand; it's too thin.
Oh, it's definitely too thin.
It makes it massive, though. Makes it bloody massive.
Yeah, they're pretty chunky. They're easily as tall as a knight, if not taller, with all the crap that comes up behind them. You know.
Yeah.
But the reason I was talking about that is because once you've worked that out, you can work out if the figure is Greater Demon size or Demon Prince size.
Yeah, I think it's much larger. I think it's a Greater Demon with a tail.
Same with peacock feathers jammed up his bum.
Yeah, it looks like I said this one. It looks like a cape. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. This looks like a cape because if you look at there, you can see it's coming off its back like a cape.
Yes.
Whereas the other one, it's before this one, they're like wings. It's similar but not quite the same.
They're skin flaps.
Well, yeah, I mean it's Slaanesh, isn't it? Do what you want. They've got a man. They've got a man who is a harp in one of the models.
Oh, I know. I know.
But that's
the one where you couldn't fall back from combat from it or whatever.
Yeah, that's a skin cape, but the other one is skin wings. Well, no, crazy cool model. It's just like out of nowhere. And I feel like 40k has lost out on this reveal because it's like, here's two gigantic greater demons of Slaanesh, which are pretty mega. They're absolutely massive. And then 40k be like, lol, orc, but bigger.
No,
lol, big orc.
I strongly disagree. I got much more hyped about an actual new 40k orc sculpt than I did about either of those two.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the scale of the release or the preview.
Oh, for definite.
Like,
for
yes,
definite.
you personally enjoyed this one more, which I'm sure a lot of 40k players did, but like, look at this. Look at the comparison to gigantic, sexy greater demons and then one orc boy who is big. Just made me laugh. Made me laugh.
Sure. He's cooler though.
Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Thank you very much for the 100 bits as well. I really appreciate it. Let's get some hype in the chat. Thank you. I did just blue screen of death because I pressed the wrong button. Pressed that one by accident.
Anomaly detected.
Okay, what time is it? 1:15. Okay, so we've talked about Curse City again. We've talked about cheaters. And we talked about cheaters getting caught and having to say sorry. We've talked about orcs. We've talked about Slaanesh. What else has happened, Jay?
We've talked about the new sexy Warhammer 40,000 streaming app.
Bellboy looks massive, Neil. Bellacore. He looks really big. I think he's about as big as a knight with his wings from base.
Yes. In fact,
because he's stood on a massive rock as well.
With the wings.
But he's got like, what, 16 wounds, right?
He has 16 wounds.
How cool is that? I think we kind of said.
Well,
I think we kind of joked around. I said like 16 wounds or something.
Yeah, I said the absolute best thing that could happen is if he had 18 wounds. To be honest.
Thanks, Jake's 2 pence.
With the rules that Warcom posted ages back now, it feels, where he's like -1 to hit, you can't reroll wounds, and so on and so on and so on. I was thinking, if you can hide this guy, he's going to take so much dealing with.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's not able to benefit from Obscured.
Well,
but at 16 wounds,
yeah, he certainly can.
God damn.
Take it to the host, I'll print you one.
He's got a big wingspan, so that's going to make him very easy to hide, whereas he ordinarily wouldn't be.
The preview video of the Slaanesh models have a banner demonet in front of it. You can get roughly 3 standards end to end to reach the height of him. That was quite big then. Again, you got perspective though because it's behind the banner.
Yeah.
So
it'd be close, you know. It's a rough guide.
Yeah. His wings are wider than most obscuring buildings anyway. Yeah, that's true. Just depends what sort of building.
However, that actually leads me to an interesting point about 40k terrain. You're someone that obviously follows the tournament scene, especially terrain itself, because you have your own events and you make your own terrain and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I've been printing the shit out of terrain recently.
I think. Yeah.
Let's have a look. I've been building stuff, some WTC style terrain recently. For example, this one. Open, says me. These ones, which are like, which you've probably seen on the channel already. I was out in the garden building those the other day. I've got 5 tables of this now, like WTC standard, which is gonna be pretty cool. And then I'm building some other stuff. Let's have a look. Sent a picture to Neil the other night. It's a bit messy, this picture, but you know, you get the idea. Everything's just going slow today. I don't know why. Open. There we go. There you go. So building on some other terrain as well. Just like piles of terrain everywhere. All good fun.
Always, mate.
Yeah.
Always.
So, anyway, what were you saying about style of terrain?
Well, I was just thinking that I don't know if you've read the London Grand Tournament / Nottingham / Leicester / coming to a town near you tournament pack. But they have specifically not given obscuring keyword to any of their large or small ruins. Because their large or small ruins are entirely line of sight blocking. So there's no open windows and things like that, much like your taller, more obscured grey ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what that means with a model like, say, Be'lakor, is that you might be used to playing at your local game club with ruins that block line of sight entirely, and you're like, cool. They've got the obscuring keywords. I can stand here and you can see his wings, and it doesn't matter because you can't see his base. But you might be caught out at an event like that, perhaps, where the obscuring keyword hasn't been allocated to that piece of terrain.
Yeah.
And that's just something else that you could easily make a mistake on at a tournament. So another thing to add to the ever-growing Hellstorm tournament prep guide that you started up not long ago. Just double-check all of the rules for the terrain. Yeah,
exactly. So this is the terrain that we're talking about. So this corner piece. The thing is that, like, even if this building had obscuring, if my arm or wing was sticking out this side, right, you could still be shot because you can be seen.
Is that you have to draw a line of sight to the model's base?
No, you just have to draw a line of sight. You can't look over it or through it. You can look round it. You can't look over or through.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're really tall and this has obscuring, you can't see over. But if you can see past it, then you can see. You know?
Yeah.
So the reason this doesn't have obscuring is because of this gigantic square here. So if it had obscuring, if I was stood here in this side and another guy was stood here on this side, but neither were touching the terrain, you couldn't see each other because this essentially becomes one big box of block line of sight. Because this square here, the base of it, would actually have the obscuring keyword as well because it's all part of the same terrain, which would become essentially just a big block to block line of sight, essentially like a cube. Whereas if you don't have that, it means you can still hide behind it because it's a big wall, but you can't hide on this bit here, on this section.
So I've played it using the obscuring keyword at events, and there's nothing worse a feeling because it's ridiculous than having a knight stood one side of that open side, enemy army the other side of that open side, and you can't interact with them at all, despite the fact you can see them clear.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
let's have a look at terrain traits just for obscuring. You cannot draw... The model is not visible to another if you cannot draw a straight line 1 million thickness between them without it passing through or over any part of terrain feature. But it doesn't say you can't shoot round. So for this...
the dense one or something. Though.
Maybe dense, yeah. Dense has like a really, really long rule.
Twice, I think.
Yeah, so for obscuring, if you put obscuring on this building...
Yeah, there you go. For dense cover.
If you put obscuring on this building, that's just one big magic box. You know, it'd be huge. So it makes sense because they've obviously got hundreds of that table now. They've got to make it work for 9th.
The designer said, I will maintain that every tournament table should be wholly unique, games day level battlefield, and all table assignments and deployment zones should be randomly determined 15 minutes before the start of the round.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting they're going to put more terrain on the table because they were a bit light in those previews.
Well, I haven't had a chance to get back to them yet, but I looked at the previews, and out of 7 games, I could hide a knight or 2, potentially 2, in one of them.
Yeah.
And I could probably hide a knight, not certainly, or 2 in another. And it's hard enough for my army without being shot off the table first turn as well. So it is very light in terrain. But I think that's partly brought about by the fact that a lot of people, when we were playing 8th, terrain was all about, have you just got enough like large buildings that actively block line of sight, therefore, yes, you can play. Whereas 9th, you've seen WCC table packs, which is...
Just want to say a massive thank you to DN Stuff for the super chat.
How Jay has spent days cutting tyrannid sprues and not have fingers like beaten up cheese.
How do you have How do your fingers not look like beating up cheese after building Tyranids for the past 5 days?
I just tough, really.
Please use custom field instead. I did find the setting today of how to get rid of please use custom fields instead, but I decided actively to leave it in because it's more funny. Sorry, so terrain.
Yeah.
Before we were just looking for large line of sight blocking, right?
Yeah, that's all you really wanted off of the table when you turned up. Now what you're looking for is actually just quite a lot of terrain that also potentially blocks line of sight.
Which is really good.
But you just want a lot of terrain.
Yeah, which is really good because it means that the terrain that we have now, the terrain rules we have, is the variation is good, whereas before it wasn't.
Yeah.
It either did something or it didn't. Now it does do something, which is great.
I mean, case in point is if you look at the LGT terrain set, which is the TT combat set, at the last LGT, that was enough for a 6 foot by 4 foot table to feel, yep, good, we've got enough terrain.
Thanks for
Whereas now, it's not enough to cover a table
that's smaller.
That's 4 square foot shorter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, isn't it? What an evolution to the game.
Yeah. When first looking into 40k, I always thought knights were the best thing in the game, but Jay keeps saying it'll die first turn. Is that really the case? Yeah, 100%. You lose a knight every turn.
Yeah.
Or the knight play wins.
When Ninth came out, you were actually in a slightly better position because due to everything's points being inflated, the average army was down about 250 points. So they didn't quite have enough anti-tank. They weren't always guaranteed to kill one knight in that first turn, but they were probably going to. And unfortunately, because you don't get any of the benefits from terrain, you only get the deficits. It's just made it more and more likely you're going to lose a knight or several.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly.
The worst one was things like Smash Captains fighting twice off of a charge turn one that you couldn't do anything about and so on, but they've taken that out of the game now. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Hey, Salt's Painting, how's it going, dude? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Okay, I think it's time, Jay, before we go into the whip gallery, so make sure you use !Discord and join the Discord and show us what you've been working on tonight.
We're going to talk about your thumbnail.
We're going to talk about my thumbnail, Jay.
Okay, mine's got a little dent in it. I'm not sure where that's come from.
Yeah, there's actually a new channel in the Discord called YouTube Thumbnails, where it's our YouTube thumbnails for Mikey, whereas like Jake was like, one of our mods was like, okay, let's put thumbnails in here which are funny that Mikey can use in live streams, and then everyone just started posting the pictures of their thumbs, which was terrible. I hated every minute of it.
Did you really? You
Yeah,
loved it. It was a living me.
No,
you thought
it was
amazing.
disgusting. So the thumbnail and the title says the Tzeentch Project is over. Well, I think the Tzeentch Project is over. Now, I've had a bit of a disaster. I've had a bit of a disaster. I need sad music.
Is there music sad enough that's not like the theme from Schindler's List or something?
Maybe. We'll put Serena's theme on. So we've had a little bit of disaster. If you're watching on YouTube, you saw the thumbnail, you clicked on it, you knew what's coming. So I've had a varnishing disaster. Now, it's confusing because Jay's like, yeah, whatever, that's normal. These things happen. But it's confusing. So basically...
That's not what I said at all. In fact, literally none of that is what I said. But you carry on, bro.
It's fine. You said whatever. You said get over yourself.
I've told you that several times.
Yeah, not about this. So, essentially, you might remember these little screamers. Okay, we're going to flip to phone cam so you can see what's going on. So you can see that. Hey, Brian, thank you much for the super chat for the $5.
Use custom fields instead.
Legend.
But it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, cause I'm going to custom fields. Nothing is real.
Thank you very much for the 5, dude. I really appreciate you. Absolute legend. That member button doesn't work. So you might remember these babies. So I painted 9 of these bad boys. And I don't have this one on the base because I varnished it earlier. And we've run into a little issue. So I used oil paints on this. And as you might be able to see, that it looks very dusty. And it didn't look dusty after I varnished it multiple times and then painted the rest of the miniature and then varnished it again. But as you can see, like there's 0 depth left. because all the depth has gone grey, which is terrible, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know what's caused this. This is why I asked you. Hopefully expecting a little bit more information back, but actually, what you'd varnished it with, what you'd thinned it with, what had gone over, and so on. Because some varnishes will cloud. Case in point is the GW old recipe was very notorious for this. But it appears to only have been the case where it's set differently over the oils.
Yeah. Yeah, so the rest of the miniature is fine.
Something weird there.
Yeah. But like I've varnished like hundreds of miniatures. Right. Hundreds. My entire Space Marine army. Yeah. Like just loads. Loads and loads and loads.
How many Marines have you used oils on?
Well, just a Sanguinary Guard, that was it.
It happened to them.
And it's not, no. But it's also happened on my horrors. Ever so slightly, much like, so I varnished this guy today as well. I varnished him last week, but then I varnished him again. But you might have to see, like, the arm, this one here. You might be able to see it's very grey in the recess. Which is terrible. Terrible, to be honest. It's awfully annoying. It's one of those things that... Because the problem is, the thing is with it, is like, I've had varnish go cloudy, right? And that's very normal. It does happen. It's okay. But what's interesting here is that the Screamer I finished like months ago, and I varnished it months ago. And it was fine for weeks. But then today I've looked at it and I've noticed it's gone cloudy. Now the horrors have gone cloudy much quicker. But then the Screamer has taken weeks to go cloudy, which is really bizarre. It's really baffled me. It's really confused me,
It's odd as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, flat out. That's
like
just weird.
I've done all the old things in the past. And it's like, okay, you've got to rub it in olive oil and that break down the varnish and then do it again. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it has been getting daylight, It has sometimes been sat directly in the sun. Maybe that's caused it,
Possibly.
It's
and
just...
it is possible. Has all of your stuff done that?
All of the Screamers have, yeah. Not all of the horrors, but all of the Screamers have done the same. They've gone... Well, it looks fine there. I'm trying to zoom in with this camera to see better. Sorry about my face.
So
you can see
the Forge Breakers said what I think it might have been, which is that because oil paints themselves take like beyond a couple of hours to dry. The top might be dry, but the curing process hasn't fully finished. I'm wondering if it might be that some combination of the mineral thinner that you've used for the oils, plus you said you used flow improver for putting the varnish on. Whereas I would only ever use airbrush thinner.
Yeah, well, I've always used flow improver to water down the varnish, and then use thinner in the airbrush and water it down a bit more. That's how I've always done it.
Okay. So I've done a lot of oil work, and I obviously have varnished every single mini, sometimes several times, as you know. So we're in the same kind of boat. But I've almost never used gloss over a oil. I've always done the gloss underneath, then oils, and then matte varnish the top.
But do you matte varnish it with the airbrush, or do you normally use testers for that point?
I use testers.
Yeah,
because
so
it's a acetone.
Yeah, so I've used like essentially water soluble varnish that you use to your airbrush, the plastic stuff that Vallejo make.
I think you've just literally put the nail on the head right there,
It probably is because of the water in the oil.
Water.
And reacted with the oil. Yeah. So it's really got me down about the Tzeentch Project, like, because now I'm going to have to strip all the Screamers. I'm going to have to strip most of, if not the horrors, because the varnish is fucked. The varnish has fucked it. which is really devastating. Really, really devastating. When I know, obviously, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my sweet ass time. We're like in April. I've not even finished 2 units. I'm taking my sweet ass time with this project, but it has really, really got me down because I noticed it on the horrors like a week ago, and I varnished it again. I didn't say anything because I thought that'll be fine, but I varnished it again and it's not gone. You know.
Okay. Have you tried a matte varnish over it?
I don't have matte varnish. I don't use it. So, and I don't own it. I was thinking like, I think what I'd really work would be like a rattle can varnish because I only use it through the airbrush now, but they're all water based, you know. Is it suddenly warm in my house? No, I mean, my house is a fairly steady temperature, you know.
Listen, Sheffield, mate, doesn't get warm.
It's cold where I live, but my house is usually warm. So I don't know what to do. Like, I might try olive oil in it, but I did that once before and it was a fucking nightmare and it didn't work anyway.
And you've got to clean all of your fucking toys.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Think of worse things, but they're far between.
Yeah, I feel like a solvent-based varnish might help. Maybe, because that might break down the varnish that's already on it.
Yeah.
So maybe try and find some testers or something and try that. I might try some Halford's varnish because that's quite good. I use that on terrain and stuff like that. Or I strip and start again. Which, that's what I was thinking earlier because I got really pissed off with it, as you can imagine. But it's really gutting. So I think I'm going to ditch the Tzeentch Project for a little bit. Try some varnish this week maybe, if I get a chance, or maybe the week after. And then I'm going to paint some Curse City because I've been enjoying that.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Where does this put you with your resolution Monday? So, like, how are you going to kind of get this to sit with your...
Oh, it completely screws it. Yeah, it completely screws it.
You just... Instead, then you're going to...
I feel like I've lost all progress. I feel like I might do Curse City instead, you know, and get all that painted up, then go back to it.
Okay.
Because I'm the world's record holder for the fastest painter of skeletons from Curse City.
I don't know that actually, because frankly, there's been no YouTube video about it.
There has no. I have streamed. I did stream the process though.
And has it been officially recognised?
No, I'm waiting for him to respond to my email.
Okay, so you said
I'm the world record. I'm the only person with a recorded run. Just so you know, it was better than what I posted on Twitter.
Nice.
Multiple times. I painted like 6 skeletons now.
Nice.
And I used them all in a game last night. I managed to get them all on the table. It was like a point where I was like, we need more skeletons, and I got them all on the table. I was like, hell yeah, all my painted skeletons at once. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna try some new varnish on the Tzeentch, and then fingers crossed, if that helps, then I will carry on. Because I built the Magister today, using we spoke about that earlier with the sprue goo, which is great. So I built him because I was waiting for the varnish to dry. But yeah, so like I'll try the varnish. If that fails, I'm just going to strip it all of it, which will be very shit. And I'll probably make a video of about failure in the hobby. It'll be great. It'll be like a talk piece. I've already thought about it. But if not, if it carries on, then we're on to a winner. But currently, I don't like the Tzeentch Project because it's pissed me off, and I think that's fair enough.
I do too, man. Anytime anyone gets a setback like that, it's extremely disheartening.
Yeah. If it was like 1 or 2 models, it'd be fine. But the fact that all of it might need doing is terrible.
Yeah, and you've really enjoyed painting those horrors, right? So doing that again must be something you're really looking forward to.
Yeah. Try stripping with ISO first. ISO will take the paint off, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be using to strip the models.
Well, hang on, because you've given that multiple coats of that varnish.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's worth using some ISO on a cotton bud and just like brushing away the top. You know, trying to remove that.
Maybe.
You could maybe rest certainly I'd do that before chucking them all in a bucket of ISO and hoping for the best.
Yeah. Was it the point of hobby resolution to give people motivation to do hobby every week? So while the plan changes, as long as you're hobby and you're good. Yeah, so I think I'm going to switch the resolution to getting Curse City done now.
By the way, I legit 100% know what caused this, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah. It's just come to me. This is actually it. You know how you failed in your resolution? This is karma going, oh, fuck you, Mikey.
Because I had 1 week where I didn't do anything. I had that 1 week.
Mini.
I'll be honest. I had the 1 week because they're not doing anything because I noticed it on the horror. That's when I revarnished them.
Shit.
You know? So I revarnished them and I just left them. Yeah, never mind. Neil, I'll text you back after stream if that's cool. But yeah, so I'm going to paint the Vargskaya because we're going to be playing again sometime this week. I said initially last night, Wednesday. We might have to push it a day because I'm actually streaming with Valrak again on Wednesday. With the D&D, not D&D, the Wrath and Glory. It should be cool.
Nice.
So we're going to try and beat the Vargskaya, so I'm going to try and paint him before we kill him.
Awesome.
So that's the plan. That's the plan. And then we'll worry about the Tzeentch later. So, Resolution Mondays are officially on hold whilst I cry into my tub of varnish.
No, because you'll do some Curse City stuff in the next 7 days, right? And that still keeps the resolution going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the resolution was to paint Tzeentch Army. And I'm not painting Tzeentch. But I am forcing myself to paint a lot more. So, it's not like I've not been painting recently. It's just I've been painting other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think always the problem with motivation is getting bored of what you're painting. So as long as I'm painting something, who cares, you know?
As someone that's a commission painter, I can safely say that there are times you're like, oh, fuck this, I just want to do insert other mini here.
Exactly.
But it's something you've got to find a way over. For me, because it's my job, I might take 20 minutes and play a video game or, do a quick palette cleanser that I'm using a video or something. I just get straight back to it. Yeah.
Whereas I've got quite the luxury where I can keep bouncing around. But it's always the hard thing as well when you bounce around and you get nothing done. That's what I've always found.
Yeah, that's true. That's because you are the less the end result actually happens. So.
Yeah. My resolution is wavering away from Magicai back to demons. Well, I actually played with your demons the other night, Gumberlin. Obviously, I spoke to you about it. I actually played a pure Slanesh demons versus Neil, which will be coming on the channel in a few weeks.
Nice.
Pure demons versus Chaos Knights. I think I said that. Don't know if I said that right. I feel like I didn't. But there you go. And I'm hopefully going to play with them again, and then I'll finally send them you back. They are fun though. I did enjoy it. It made me definitely want to make you an offer rather than send them back. You what? Sorry.
You did quite well with some Tzeentch allies.
Shut up. Okay, so that is the stream, I think. Well, the chatty bit, at least. So let us going to the best part of the day. It's meme time.
Oh yes,
meme time.
Spicy memes.
Meme time. Say it with me now. Meme time.
Meme time.
Meme time.
Meme time.
Meme time. I think I know the issue with my computer. I think I've just filled my hard drive with recordings. Okay, let's have a nosy at the memes for today. Can't find my server. There it is. Memes. What we got for today? Got some memes ready to go, but waiting for the stream to start, says Gumbalina. Excellent. It was a spooky ghost.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Love that.
I use that phrase for anyone that I think is getting a little bit too excited.
Me fighting my urges to buy more Slanesh demons. Hell yeah. Crab Rave time. Love that. Love that. That was it. It was Gumbalina, Primarch, Lou, no bant. Because Jay has no bants. Get it?
Nice.
It's good.
Nice.
It's got the Mohawk line, you know?
Yeah, and the Mohawk as well. Yeah, full package.
And the Mohawk, yeah, it's good. It's good. It looks like you're stoned, though.
I was So this face is because you know how my allergies were playing up last week. I was on stream. I hate cancelling the stream, so I've been desperately trying not to. And I was going to sneeze, so I reached out to press the mute button on the microphone, and it didn't work.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, shit, don't sneeze. I reached out to press it again, and it still didn't work. And I held in the entirety of the sneeze, like nothing. And that was my face as a result.
Love
was
it.
Fucking carnage inside my head.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Just need a
100%.
Chaos Star there. That's all you're missing. Brilliant.
That's the shell symbol, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing.
Things Jay hates. Mikey's sub count. Oh, brilliant. Who's made that? Gumbalina, brilliant. Except I like the typo. That makes it even better.
I'm disappointed, Gun, that you didn't put the image of the J riding the squig on that piece of paper. I feel this is a 7 out of 10 at best.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Moon stealing memes from another channel in the same Discord.
As a mod as well.
Yeah, thanks
Terrible.
Discord. I love this meme. We've already seen it anyway.
Lena, you ask Starscream.
Minotaur Gaming, when their app is used to try and find cheaters. You weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to do that. That is funny. Brilliant. I love that. It is a nice mini. Obviously, Gumbalina is massive demon players, so Adbec players right now may remember. Never forget. Never forget. Where is it? I actually took a screenshot because I was going to use it as a thumbnail. Oh, I don't have the binary on here. Never mind. Don't mind. It's had binary down here. It said April. Never forget. R.I.P. Admec. Let's get some S in the chat.
Sense though, right? Because you had October, where on the very, very, very last day you could get a pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Advril for Adeptus Mechanicus April.
Yeah.
Still not happening, you know.
It's not happening. No, exactly. 1 second. Let me just get it.
I can read the text on the next meme. I'm pretty sure I know what the image is going to be.
Let's get some Fs in the chat. Jay, you must hate this as a Slanesh player carrying 5 massive models to an event. I'm in this picture and I don't like it. Well, that's what Jay does anyway. He plays knights. Except they're just like
I carry
round.
6 models, and soon it will be 7. So.
Brilliant. Nice. Like it. Like a fan drawn meme. We love that. It's like a very well known format, but drawn. That makes it better. That's how it works.
That's disturbing.
Just a little bit. Okay, so let's have a look at the whip gallery. Let's have a nosy what people are working on. Let's have a scoot back to see what other people are working on. Was that last week? Not quite last week. Giant in Plastic working on some orcs. Guys of all trades are working on some minotaurs. Gateface working on some knights. But Tabletop Infiltrator is working on a librarian. Very cool.
It is cool. It is very cool.
Yeah, nice. I like your little...
Kind of mute. Actually, that's quite a nice little touch to it.
Yeah, I like your little setup for pictures as well. It's very cute.
Yeah, I do. I've been wanting to make a backdrop for doing that sort of thing, and yeah, you've done a really good one. So
yeah,
can I have it?
I just get all of the terrain out, and then that's it. That's the backdrop done. Put some trees in the way, sorted.
Yeah, that works for you.
Yeah. Minotaur Spearguard for my Death Watches now done. Finished it on yesterday with a nice Astro Snow base. Nice, dude.
Love it.
I like the extra parts you've used here for the conversion. It's very cool. Got like the cool shield. Got the cool spear. Got a nice helmet. Very cool. Again, I think these are 3D printed. If you're here, guys of all trades. And that's
The only thing about this I don't like is his mohawk is side to side, not front to back. And frankly, this is heresy.
It's very cool, and this is what 3D printing is great for, making cool bits.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my hobby streak so far, but I'm only 90 days in, so I don't know how I feel in 5 months of more Death Guard. That is quite a lot of Death Guard, to be fair. Nice work, guys, of all trades. Great job.
To be fair, my housemate has been playing Death Guard since before 8th edition. And still plays Death Guard. So you might just become Chaos Ben.
I think if he's painting them every day for 5 months, that's quite a lot.
Well, I painted the majority of them. So he worked hard, and then I painted them.
Nice. They are printed, so blame cults for the helmet. I mean, it's fine. It's cool. We were saying I like it. I use your speed running. Oh, the mohawk. Sorry. Oh yeah, my apologies. And I use your speedrunning technique for the red, and it looks super crispy. Hell yeah! Epic gamer time. Epic gamer time. Love that. Great job, dude. Great job. Hear that on my speedrunning, because I'm a speedrunning world record holder.
I heard that
videos coming soon. Videos coming soon. I wanted to release the chat spends $1,000 because I still haven't finished that. Then I couldn't get it finished, and I had to help my brother move, which meant I had lost a day of editing. So then that means I couldn't do the speedrunning video. Terrible. But it's coming.
I hear it.
I have recorded it though. And then yeah. Day and stuff. Continue to clear the backlog. Finished up Heavy Intercessor and Tau Kill Team Squad. Thanks for the tips. Made a small start on Curse City after many, many hours of building, cutting up fingers, and priming. Well, let's look at these Tau.
Stop cutting your fingers, guys.
Nice work on these, dude. These look excellent.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Again, Dan stuff. If you ever want to sell an army, hit me up, please.
DN stuff. Your well, I know it wasn't yours because you it was Scriff Paints that had the original color scheme, but the color scheme for your Tyranids was nearly the one chosen for this weekend's Tyranid Paintathon giveaway. It lost out by 1 vote.
1 vote, yikes.
1 vote. That's how close it was, bro.
A nice work doing stuff on these. We've got the Heavy Intercessors looking excellent. Very cool. Like this, very classic.
Yeah,
yeah, very cool. And then some corpse rats. Corpse rats and blood rats.
Corpse rats.
Hmm?
It's right, I didn't quite hear what you said.
Corpse rats.
Coarse rats. And I'm like, as opposed to smooth rats?
I mean, they are quite coarse because they've hardly got any fur because they're dead.
Grim.
Yeah, like undead rats. Very cool. I actually quite like these. They're not bad.
Years ago, when I was trying to paint rat swarms for my Skaven army in Fantasy, and I had to use those fucking awful, like, flat metal blocks with rats sat on them.
Yeah, these are nice.
Do you remember?
Nice. Yeah. Terrible. Goblina repost of yesterday's whip, working on some yellow raider. Very cool. Excellent yellow on these, dude. We've also got a Kronos. Some nice pinks as well. Nice, dude. Very cool.
Is that a Kronos or a Talos?
I think it's a Kronos because of the whippy arms.
Oh, yes, because Talos would have like the cleavers or scalpels and shit, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Or the fist.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. You're just missing the probe to make it clearly a Kronos, but any seasoned Dark Eldar player would know exactly what it is, such as myself, because they're really good.
They are now, with lots of factors and whatever else.
Yeah, exactly. Buffalo Gummy's working on this Joker, just got some more details and basically tried to hit better at blending. I think you've done an excellent job of blending that weapon, dude. That's really cool. Nice. Trays in the infinite. Trolls in. Yeah, nice work, dude. Keep it up. Looks really cool. It's a hard miniature to paint this as well because it's fine cast.
Yeah, which makes everything 10 times harder.
Yeah, exactly. So don't worry if you're struggling with it. It's fine cast, right, on plastic. You might find you have a better job with it.
100%.
Yeah.
Resin is actually just a bitch to paint.
It is.
Whether it's Forge World or like Finecast or even just on other companies, it's nowhere near as easy to paint as plastic because the surface isn't as smooth.
Exactly. Sparkplug finished these today, but since I still miss Tufts, they are still whip. Nice, dude. Loads of Blight Lords. Hell yeah. Very cool.
Probably one of the strongest choices in the codex.
Yeah. The next battle report that'll be hitting premium sometime soon has lots of Blight Lords in it. Because I use Death Guard with no Morty. Hell yeah.
Yeah. On paper, strongest list right now, I think.
Yeah.
For Death Guard, at least.
Yeah. And then we've got another one coming out on YouTube soon as well, which is Death Guard with no Morty, but no vehicles either. Which is using the Terminus Est Assault Force against Shikari.
Nice.
So that should be really fun.
Nice. Did you do it with more than just like 100 and something Poxwalkers? Because that would be entertaining.
I didn't have 100.
Okay.
I had 60, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, because the thing is with that Assault Force is that the stratagems all really buff Poxwalkers, and the play company that you play is really good for Poxwalkers as well.
Yeah.
So it's like hard not to run them. Yeah, I think I used 60. So,
nice.
But nice job on these Sparkplug. Really cool. We got a little close up for one as well. Nice job. Looking excellent. Great rusting. Looks really realistic and nice oxidizing there as well. Very cool.
Yeah, good verdigris. I've got a video on verdigris going up next week, and I've just done one on how to paint Death Guard in pretty much the same color scheme as that, actually.
Love it. Magoo working on his battle wagon with Death Roller. I can't believe you have to buy the Death Roller separately. That's so stupid.
Yeah, it is a bit.
You have to pay an extra
it
tenner.
Seems like it's nearly 50 quid by the time you've bought that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's madness. I think you've done a good job here, Magoo. You've got a lot of purple down, which helps break up the fact that there's a lot of metal. I think what you do need to do, though, is probably try and break up some of the metal. So either have a look at some videos that I've done on using pigments and powders to try and sort of add in some blotches of rust and wear and dirt and stuff like that to break it up. Or maybe go with some really, really aggressive washing and create some streaks of rust and mess and that, just nasty, awful shit.
Yeah.
To break it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Or you could go in with some sponging and paint some black on and stuff like that again for like easy weathering, just to break it up a little bit. It looks cool though. I like where you're going with it. Can't wait to see it finished. See some more work. Very cool. Looks a bit more interesting on this side because I think there's a bit more colour. You got like the brass, you got the reds and stuff like that. Very cool. Very, very cool. Forge World is so much easier to paint than Finecast. Is Forge World resin different or something? It seems harder too. Yeah, it's a different material, bud.
And it's a different process as well. Finecast resin for any of the old sculpts uses the same metal molds that have just been modified to inject resin into. And they have to use basically the shittest resin in the world for it.
Yeah.
It works for holes and it bends and it's just awful.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Maxwell, just finished this guy. Really struggled with faces, so this is my attempt to get better. Went with a dead skin tone as a draw focus to the magic scar on the face. Nice, dude. This looks excellent. That face is fantastic. What miniature is this? Is it... there's that fantasy... maybe Hero Forge. I was thinking it's... there's a game by FFG... which is like kind of like Kings of War, but more fantasy.
Okay.
Can't remember what it's called now. It's very cool though. Nice mini.
It is cool. You've done a good job on the face as well. It's got a very human expression because you've got the pupil in the right spot. That takes a bit of doing. So, yeah, good work.
Yeah, exactly. And a perfect stand-in for Captain Imelda in Curse City if you're going to buy just the rules. Hero Forge.
On the Elliot after a close shave.
Yeah, to be fair. Bit of orange in the beard. It is Hero Forge. Nice, dude. That's cool. How is the print from Hero Forge? I'm very curious. You can actually you can actually just buy the file once you've made it, so you can print them at home, which is cool. Which I might do.
Can you print yours in colour?
Can I print it in colour? No, I can't.
That's magical, that. That's fucking sorcery.
It's weird. It doesn't look amazing, but it's definitely better than unpainted.
No.
You know?
Like, what? You press a button and that comes out? What the fuck?
Yeah. Forge Breaker painting again for the first time in months. Very cool. Working on some Blade Guard boys. A lot of them. A hell of a lot of them. A lot. I like the repos on the captain, which is cool. Well, nice, dude. I've still got 6 of these to build.
I wish I only had 6 to build. Shields are one of the least fun things to paint out of the entire Indomitus box, I think.
Yeah.
But they're great models, and it's good to see you painted again, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Nice work. We've been smashing ESO too much. That's why it's not been painted.
That should be it, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to work in hazard stripes, but no good real estate. I guess the only place for hazard stripe is the shoulder pad, right?
Yeah, I guess the shields would be very cluttered.
Yeah.
If you do them on there.
Unless you smooth the shields off, that's all you can do. But I mean, you've started paying now. Yeah. Oh, on the guns? Hazard stripes on the guns,
You
maybe?
can actually on so it works quite well. Especially on orcs, sadly. But yeah, you could do that. That's kind of it, though. Unless you wanted to do things like knee pads, but then you've got this really weird area that is very smooth surfaced and rounded, so it's very easy to get it so it looks great from one angle and not great from another. So just be careful with that one.
Yeah, exactly. And what's this over here? Looks cool. I don't know what I can't recognize what it is.
The thing in the background.
Yeah.
It looks like a
It's like ad
destroyer
tracks with the cannon on top. Converted Thunderfire. Nice, dude. Nice. Science Pie is working on his Death Copters. Nice, dude. Look at all his colour. So bright. I like the 2 Necrons on the front as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, nice,
Awesome.
dude. Looking excellent. Looking really cool. There's loads of colour in there. Looks really funky and really fancy. I like it. Nice.
Orc flying for definite on that one.
Hell yeah. Bit of a side project to mix it up for my orcs. Yeah, this is definitely not the Keeper of Secrets base. But very cool, man. Ridge Runners, man. I need loads of them, but I just don't want to build them or paint them or buy them.
I wouldn't even look at buying any GSC stuff.
No.
At all.
No.
That book.
No, exactly.
Like maybe get acolytes and some neophytes or something like that, because you're gonna have probably still plenty of those, and you need a lot of time to paint them all. But
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
So no way. And then we've got Concentration Face. It looks like he's been so concentrating on those edge highlights because they're looking fresh. Nice, dude. Very cool. What Legion is this?
Yeah,
chapter. Like it though.
Is that have you highlighted it after a dry brush, perhaps?
Don't know. Looks good though. Really cool.
Nice colour. Big fan of the colour.
Really nice colour. Like Alpha Legion style, isn't it? And that sort of blue.
A little bit, yeah.
Nice, dude. And then we got still work in progress. Don't know whether to make more oxide or not. By Batch Pinkie Pie. Nice. Working on Helverin. Rusting it up. Very cool. I think you could probably like mix it up a little bit rather than just oxidization. You could look at rust as well. That might help.
Yeah.
You've got orange in the brass already.
I would. I've got a video coming out this week which is about how to paint verdigris. And if you have a look at my Instagram, you'll see a Death Guard Lord of Virulence I've just done, which has got a load of verdigris on it. And you can vary the verdigris. If you think about looking at some big copper statues or bronze statues and things that you might have seen of historical figures, and then look at the way that they've aged and had that kind of oxidization effect, it's not always the same color. And in different places, it could be more or less. And that's what I suggest you do here, is you start to move away from just using Nylock oxide. which is not, I think, the best way to do verdigris anyway. And just change the hue of it a little bit. So if you mix something like maybe a Cyberite green or a Cabalite green with Rakarth flesh, Pied Witch flesh, sorry, then you'll end up with something that's similar but different enough, and it helps to break it up.
Yeah.
So you can then do more, which is what I think you're feeling you need to do to sort of just break up the sort of brass copper effect that you've got going on here. But it's varied enough that it doesn't give you the same problem of now I've got everything that all looks the same color and I don't know how to break this up.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, Sparkplug. I use Tzeentch green mixed in with Caliban green, because Tzeentch green is like a really like turquoise color, and then Caliban green darkens it a little bit, and then water it down loads.
You can go lighter.
Yeah.
You can keep in like various different shades of green, blue, turquoise, jade, all of those kind of things.
I think the problem
but don't
is
forget
with...
you can as well.
Yeah, I think the problem is with nickel oxide is that you want it to dry like a coffee stain. You want oxidization to dry like you don't want washes to dry. If that makes sense.
Yes.
But then nickel oxide is just wash essentially. Yeah, so it wants watering down in water, so it dries weird, and that's what you want. You want it to look weird. Let me grab a skeleton if I can reach. I can. That's not a very good example. No, I don't probably speed paint. You don't get good examples of good work. So, like on this skeleton, if you just pull it up big and I'll zoom in. You see, it's like looks weird, and it's not uniform. It's just slapped on, but then it's dried like thicker in some places and like almost coffee stained in some places, and that's kind of what you want. I mean, this isn't the perfect miniature, and I'm not like a Golden Demon winner or anything, but oops, that's very zoomed in.
Certainly, the verdigris you've got on there, I think, is better than a lot of examples of just Nalak oxide over a surface that I've seen.
Yeah, exactly. So mix it up a bit.
It doesn't take
just like
you can be really freeform with it. You don't have to really worry about guiding into places, because it's not organic, but it's kind of an organic growth. It's something that starts off and then slowly bits add to it as it corrodes the surface and so on. So you don't have to worry about it being super nice and neat and straight shapes. You can kind of go mad with it. Yeah,
exactly that. Yeah, just mix it up a bit and just slap it on. Water it down with some water, slap it on, out for the best. I struggle with verdigris. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's very much too strong. Yeah, I think it's better to water it down loads. Yeah. I think it's best to water.
That makes it easier to get recesses too, that way. Sorry, mate, we just keep talking over each other.
I know. You're breaking up a little bit by end as well, which is tough. But
Sorry.
I think that's about it, Jay. That's the end of the stream.
Pretty much it. You're right.
Yeah, we've done. I think we've covered quite a bit today.
I think we've covered a lot. Actually, we've done the gamut of 40k Sigma, ways to conduct yourself, ways not to conduct yourself, new exciting technological developments in the field of Warhammer. Loads.
Verdigris. Yeah, it's really good. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you very much for the donations.
God, we went salty players to salty metal. It rounded off.
We did. We went full circle. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you very much for the donations and the follows and the likes and everything. It's always a massive pleasure to chat to you guys every single Monday at 6 p.m. But if you don't want to talk to us Monday at 6 p.m, you can talk to Jay on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays and Saturdays. But this weekend, all weekend, because he's doing a big stream where he's giving away a Tyranid army.
And not just a Tyranid army.
And stop.
It's the stream's anniversary. We've got our second birthday, which is amazing.
Nice.
With my partner, even more amazing.
Nice.
And over the course of the weekend, we'll be giving away the Tyranid army I'm working on now, after it's been painted. We'll be giving away a brand new Sisters of Battle army, new in box, for you to paint yourself. And there's another army that's been donated to the channel that's a fully painted 2,000 point army up for grabs.
Nice. Not bad.
Definitely tune in.
Bad. So definitely tune in. However, if you want to watch more me, I'll be live with Scary tomorrow at 4 p.m. BST, 11 a.m. EST. So wherever you are in the world, hope you can work it out. I'll be live on his channel at twitch.tv/ScarredCast, chatting all the shenanigans over there. I'll also be live Wednesday evening with Valrak at, I think it's 6:30, but I'll make sure if you're in the Discord, you'll get an alert. We're going to be playing Wrath and Glory and finishing off the little one-shot mission that turns into a two-shot mission this Wednesday, which will be really cool. And then all the other shenanigans, will be videos coming out pretty much every day this week. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already. And if you're on Twitch, I might do some painting streams as well this week. We'll see. We'll see. But that's it. That's everything. A busy week. A busy week. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you again, Jay. You've been great. I'm enjoying all the spelling that people are doing with a very limited word palette they've got.
I'm loving it. Yeah. Moo moo.
Caw, like that. Yeah, so excellent. I actually added a new emote on YouTube today, because if we get another 5 members, we can get another emote. But we added Georgie Regret. I've called it the Georgie Oomph or Goomph. You know, she's doing the pose with the teeth. She's loving it. It's great.
Awesome.
So if you're watching on Twitch right now, we're going to raid someone. Hopefully we're not going to take like 3 hours to raid them this time. We're just going to try and get the raid through. It's always terrible. I'm going to go high to low this time. We always go low to high. Now we're going to go high to low.
Okay.
Who is live? Who's cool? Who is cool? We'll raid Studio J7 because he's an absolute lad.
He is a lad. Yeah.
Bit of a lad. So we're going to raid Studio.
Good guy. Give him a call. Yeah.
So make sure if you're watching on Twitch and go and say hello. Go drop a follow if you don't already. If you're watching on YouTube, we're about to end. Watch Jay's Instagram. It's Mohawk Miniatures. Make sure you go and give him a follow there as well. So thank you very much, everyone.
Mohawk Miniatures everywhere.
Mohawk Miniatures everywhere. Yeah, exactly. So thank you very much, everyone. And hopefully we'll catch you, if not throughout the week, we'll catch you again on Monday for more 40k shenanigans.
Peace out.